Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval Creed. Today we'll be going over the third mission for the current event, which is the airfield. We haven't seen the airfield yet, that is the final boss, but trust me when I tell you it is very, very, very strong. I actually was just able to barely finish the lightweight final mission solo. Don't recommend it solo, definitely recommend it with a team. And after tonight's video, I'm going to take a look at what the, was it? Well, the ultimate and the what? Earnest. So I'll be able to do those afterwards. This is what the airbase looks like, by the way. You can kind of see it in the background. What's back here? Oh, we got Majestic, and then we got the Newport News in the background. That's pretty cool. So that's what you get for this. But yeah, the airbase. It has B-52 Stratofortresses, which, if you're not familiar with those are huge jet bombers that do a lot of damage when they hit you and set a lot of fires. There's also bunkers just in the middle of the water there. They have large caliber guns. I'm not exactly sure how big, but I'm pretty sure at least 18-inch, possibly larger. They only fire the one gun, but they're immune to high explosive shells, and armor piercing does do damage, but it's not a lot of damage. It takes some time. Before we actually get to the airfield missions, however, if any of you are currently playing those right now, if you haven't figured it out already, use high explosive battleship shells at the center, near the top of the center of the island, and that is where you will be able to citadel the airfield and do the most damage possible. That's the only strategy I got. So try and finish the airfield first, and then the bunkers, you can either have teammates work on them or you can save them for later. Your main opponent is time, because there's so much damage to dish out, and those bunkers are really absorbent of punishment. The airfield takes a lot of damage when you citadel it, but it has a ton of HP. The lightweight has 750,000 hit points already. I don't even know what Earnest or Ultimate have. We'll get back to you in tomorrow's video about that to see if we can at least try and take it on. But that is not what we're going to do today. Today we are doing the third small mission before that. I'm going to stick with cruisers, because I don't usually use cruisers in events. I always go for battleships. And we're going to try and use Takao. Now, I complained about New Orleans being weak yesterday, but Takao is, in a lot of ways, actually a little bit weaker. Armor is not the best. 4 inches on the belt, max of 5 inches total. And our citadel is pretty tall. And pretty long, too. So if we take any hits, we're definitely going to feel it. But the opponents we have are not many. They are just strong. We have 2 Kremlins, we have a Vladivostok, we have a Kaliningrad, and 2 smaller ships. I forget what those are, but mainly I was focused on the battleships. We do start the mission with the battleships, or at least 2 of them, the Kaliningrad and 1 of the Kremlins really close by, pretty much point blank. So that's where I'm using Takao, because I feel like those torpedoes will be helpful. But now that I think about it, I don't think those torpedoes will be loaded by the time I get close to the Kremlin, so we might just have to hightail it out and hope she doesn't shoot us. But at least we'll get a good broadside on the Kaliningrad with our 8-inch guns, and we can deal some decent damage. Like I said, I've already forgotten what those smaller ships are, so we're going to find out what they are together. Going to do it solo. Let's go. And we have our own team as well. 2 Kremlins, Vladivostok, Kaliningrad, and 2 Albemarles. Okay, so we're still pretty strong against those. We have Ranger, a couple of New Mexicos, New Yorks, a few Atlantas, and a couple Omahas. So nothing really spectacular. But yeah, we're going to have the Kaliningrad spawn over here, one of the Kremlins over here, and then the other ships are going to come from all the way in the back. So we're going to immediately take a turn to the left here. Yep. Oh, there's an Albemarle up here too. Forgot about that. Probably because I one-shot it pretty much when I first saw it. Alright, send some shells towards Kaliningrad, but that's not a good angle to do much, so yeah, see, no damage at all. We're going to focus on this Albemarle for right now. Let's actually slow down a tad. How long we got for torpedoes? A long time. Alright, cool. Getting some good damage on the Albemarle here. And goodbye. Kaliningrad is now broadside, which means we should be able to do some pretty decent damage ourselves. So hi, Atlanta. Yeah, look at that. Awesome. Loving it. Takao is one of my favorite cruisers in the game and in IRL. So this is really nice to be able to actually use her in event and not feel like I'm completely overwhelmed. Or at least not yet. Still 35 seconds on those torps, but we're still citadeling this Kaliningrad. I'm trying to angle as much as I can towards this Kremlin in case she does decide to get frisky. But honestly, I feel like I'm okay right now. Still dishing out those citadels to Kaliningrad. Torpedoes, 16 seconds. I think they'll be reloaded if we rush her right now. So we're going to do that. I do have speed buffs, so it won't take very long. But we might have missed our opportunity, and I might have to actually chase her now. Oh, there goes Kaliningrad. And put some shots into her broadside here. Oh, wow, 8k? That was actually pretty nice. And yeah, as expected, we are going to have to chase her down. That is okay. We still have plenty of torpedoes. And Takao is one of the only Japanese cruisers that can actually fire torpedoes in a pretty decent forward arc as well. Not many can do that, or at least not at the higher tiers. Some of the lower tiers can do that, but it'd be hard pressed to find that pretty much anything past Ioba. Okay, so we're actually not in a terrible spot, but not in the best spot either. We actually shot down a plane. Surprising. Trying to get a little bit more damage here. Alright, let's see what these torpedoes do. And then I can come around to the other side. Pop a heel. There's the other Albemarle. Oh, she's turning into the torpedoes, which definitely helps us. Alright, so I got another Kremlin, a Vladivostok, and then this last Albemarle over here. And I got all my turrets messed up, so now we got to turn them all around. There's the other Kremlin. So we're going to try and put an island between me and that ship, because there's large shells coming in. And there goes the Albemarle. Can't actually shoot this Kremlin. Fire's about to go out. There we go. Let's put our fighter in the air. And let's switch to high explosive. Armor piercing is good, but only if I can actually hit a decent part of the target. And let's see what my team disposition is. Got a few light cruisers, and all the other battleships are way behind. Cool. So they're playing bumper boats. That's my range. 16-1. Okay, so they're almost there. I don't really want to kite and dance around all their big shells while lobbing HE to burn them down. But then again, I can't really rush in because they can overmatch my nose, or at least Kremlin can. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to slow... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, right there. They got the big shells, and that hurt, so we are immediately leaving. Or I could rush in. Torpedoes? Loaded. Alright, either we're going to make this awesome, or we're going to die trying. Because I feel like the carrier may not be able to do it, actually. Alright, the target is Kremlin. If I can get Kremlin down, I think we'll be okay. Speaking of Kremlin, dodging shells. Alright. Those ones scare me the most. I am purposely shooting Vladivostok to try and get a fire, because my torpedoes should be enough to actually sink Kremlin. So if I can get more damage on Vladdy for right now, that's less damage I have to worry about later. Alright, keep on a very nose profile. Oof. Every time one of those shells comes in, I feel like I'm gonna get double citadel through the nose. Oof. I'm pretty much doing nothing to Vladdy. I'm not even getting any fires. Alright, the secondaries are opening up. Not too worried about that. The rear turret, am worried about. Dodge that. You know what? I'm gonna start shooting you then. I could switch to armor piercing. But honestly, even at this angle, probably will just bounce. So might as well just get a little bit more HE damage in. Kremlin's turrets are pretty much not going to be able to do anything right now, which is good. Let's focus on Vladdy. Still shooting down planes. 7 plane shot down? Alright, cool. Takao and just Japanese cruisers in general are not known for their AA. So this is enjoyable, even if it's not a real game. I still do have 1 heal. I'm getting closer to the Kremlin. It is inevitable. I am going over 40 knots. You cannot do that. Ooh, but 16-inch flatty shells do hurt. What are your turrets doing, Kremlin? I think I have a brief window here. As long as I can do it before Vladdy reloads. Alright, turn the other way immediately. Ow! Alright, well, Kremlin's going down, but I don't know if I can actually get to Vladdy in time. We're certainly going to try, though. I did activate my last heal. We got a fire, at least. Alright, yes, keep turning. Please keep turning. I'm going to switch to armor piercing now. Double fire. Awesome. We might try and be cheeky with these torpedoes. Let's try that. Yeah, she's probably going to start maneuvering. Honestly, I'm in danger of these secondaries killing me. So we got to play it real safe. Probably... Oh, Jesus, I did nothing there. Probably going to... What was I going to do with it? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do much here. Let's try and stay behind her. No thank you to the fire. I can't afford that damage. The other side torpedoes are actually almost reloaded too, which is nice. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. The front turrets are turning to port side. So if we stay on the opposite side, they'll have to keep rotating. Almost reloaded. Again, honestly, the secondaries are probably going to be what kills me. But you know what? I'm giving it my best shot. We're going to put these widespread in case she decides to go around the island. And I get some more damage in. Whatever I can't finish... Oh, missed. The carrier probably can, even if it's a low tier. Yeah, see, she's actually still getting some torpedoes from the air torpedo bombers. Alright, now we're going to stay nose in until the last possible second. Because I really have 0 health. And no heals. But you know what? They're almost down. I will ram you if I have to. I cannot use my torpedoes because as soon as I do so, well, I'm still taking damage. Ah, no! Ah, so close. Alright, well, almost down. So close. But we still got some pretty decent damage, and for a tier 9 heavy cruiser that has paper armor, it's pretty dang good, actually. This Omaha's not going to do anything. It's the carrier that's going to win it. Though, those torpedoes might be able to do something if they actually hit. I doubt they'll hit, though. Actually, let's go to the carrier here real quick. Oh, we got one torpedo bomber. Oh, those torpedoes hit from Omaha. Awesome. Can this torpedo bomber get through? Torpedo? Yes. All right, let's see. Oh, there goes Omaha. That's not really a surprise. What else we got? An Atlanta. That's not any better. But this Vladdy might have a perma-flooding if that caused flooding. Which it does not look like it did. All right, Atlanta, what do you got? You're probably firing higher explosive, which will do nothing against her. The battleships are slowly making their way up, and they will be able to eventually sink Vladdy. I don't know how many heals she has left. She has at least used 1 or 2. She only gets 3, so that may all be all the health she has right now. Atlanta, are you gonna fire your guns or just sail in circles? Hey, we fired our guns. Didn't do anything. Cool. And there goes Atlanta. Goodbye. You're doing amazing. What do we got for aircraft in the air? Got one singular dive bomber. Can we get a hit with it? Start a fire, burn her down. Nope, we missed. And it got shot down. New York. Ooh, stock New York. Okay. I don't remember the range on New York, but I doubt it's 17 kilometers. Well, I say that actually. This New York is firing. For those of you who don't really care about bot versus bot firing, you can just skip to the end of the video here. But I am actually quite interested to see how my team does. Oh, there's Mississippi's too. Oh, but they're way back there doing God knows what. Oh, okay, so the Vladdy does have at least one more heal. And it's using it right now. So that should be the last heal it has. Now, my team, even though they're bots, outnumber Vladdy to enough that I feel like we should have this in the bag. There's also only 6 minutes, though. I'm just now realizing that. Hopefully they can make this a bit quicker. Alright, we're getting a little bit of damage. That salvo looks good right there. Yeah, that was some good damage right there. Awesome. And last one from New Mexico. Tight grouping. And do we get it? There we go. Yeah, awesome. So I beat it with Takao. I didn't survive. I almost did. But chasing the battleships is a lot harder than rushing down their sides from the bow. And chasing them means I actually take more damage too, as we clearly saw. Still, 377,000 damage, 5 ships sunk, 219 shell hits, 9 torpedo hits, 9 aircraft shot down, 21 citadels, 2 fires, 2 floodings, and 33 secondary hits. Let's see what they are. 17,000 damage and high explosive, a lot of that shattered, so I'm not really that surprised. 224,000 damage and armor piercing, that's including citadels. Fires did 25,000, actually no, I take that back. Fires did 24,000 damage, and floodings did less than 2,000. But that's an insta repair for the bots, so I'm not really that surprised. Torpedoes did 109,000 damage. That's actually quite a lot. And secondary battery did absolutely nothing, which is not surprising at all. Overall, we won. Again, kind of challenged myself with a pretty weak cruiser, or at least in terms of armor. In terms of armament, she's amazing. She can take on top tier battleships at point blank range. That being said, the ship itself cannot take on top tier battleships at point blank range. With that, I will wrap up today's video. As mentioned, I will be trying the ultimate and the earnest missions tonight after this, just to see what they have. I have no illusions to the fact that I will pass them, but we will give it our best shot. So again, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.